roast beef than your borscht.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with some random thoughts on the newest episode of WandaVision. So since my channel is pretty new and I haven't talked about this show yet on here, I'd like to get you caught up to speed with my detailed thoughts on the show so far. I like it, it's good. Alright, so let's get into some thoughts on episode 6. The Malcolm in the Middle intro is hilarious, but isn't this supposed to be a 90s themed episode? That show came out in like 2000, right? Evan Peters as Quicksilver is so much better than Aaron Taylor Johnson's. Peters has more charisma in 1 foot than Taylor Johnson has in 2 feet. It's pretty crazy seeing him interact with Wanda and Vision from the MCU. It's kind of surreal, still getting used to it. Using Halloween in a sitcom format to get all these guys in their like cheesy comic accurate suits is brilliant, I love it. It reminds me of what they did in the first Captain America with his propaganda outfit. I like how Vision's kind of got his own agenda here, and he didn't tell Wanda what he was doing. So he wants to go off and investigate, more into what he discovered last week with all the mind control stuff, and she doesn't seem too happy about it. Anyway, they're continuing to set up the conflict here with these two. Alright, anyone who's interacted with any more popular characters from the movies, get out of here! How did these guys... How did Sword let this happen? Okay, so this...
Yeah, kick-ass!
I feel the need.
Bust me! Ow! Kick-ass.
Has to be a nod to the fact that both Aaron Taylor Johnson and Evan Peters were in the movie Kick-Ass, right? So it seems like maybe the less focus Wanda has on someone, the more they just kind of go into idol mode. We've seen this in the series before, but they still haven't really elaborated too much. That'd be my guess. This is the best thing Marvel's ever made. Alright, I like how they address everything in this episode, like why Pietro looks different and why their accents are gone. But now I'm just more confused, because initially I had assumed that Wanda had just brought him over from another universe. Like this was the Pietro from the Fox X-Men universe, but he was just brought over by her somehow, unknowingly or whatever. But this whole conversation they have here implies that Pietro still remembers everything from Age of Ultron. He remembers being shot, and then he remembers showing up here. So it is the same character, he just looks like that version of the character from a different movie universe? I don't know. Also, is it just me, or is this whole line...
I got shot like a chump in the street for no reason at all.
...a complete dig at Age of Ultron? Because he's right, he totally died needlessly. He could have just grabbed them and moved them out of the way. He's like really fast. That's like his whole thing. Why is nobody guarding this place? These three seem to be the most capable people in the MCU. Where the hell were they when Thanos was trying to snap us all out of existence? Alright, so this whole conversation here, first of all, I love it. This is like my favorite part of the episode, I think. It's implied through this whole interaction here that Agnes is just another victim, another person from the town who's under Wanda's control. I can't tell if the show's been just trying to lead us to think she's something more, and if this is just kind of a ruse, but a lot of people speculate that Wanda's being controlled and this was all started by someone else. I kind of think that too, but I don't know after this, but that's probably what they want. So yeah, I'm as confused as they want me to be, I think. The way Agnes keeps repeating dead over and over and then does that laugh.
Dead. 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 Dead.
Agnes.
That's really creepy. I really like that. So Vision ain't having it no more, and he makes his way to the barricade to try to get through. But he can't get through. As soon as he crosses the threshold, he starts getting pulled apart in pieces and drawn back in. I don't know if this means that Wanda just wasn't letting him leave, or if it means that Vision can't exist outside of the reality Wanda is set up. Like maybe she didn't fully resurrect him or something, and he can only function inside of her reality now? I don't know. I'm inclined to think that he just can't exist outside of her reality, but we'll see. The kid senses his dad's in trouble and tells Wanda. Then she blasts Quicksilver out of the episode and pulls a Professor X on everybody. And then she just starts expanding her reality bubble. And that's where this episode leaves off. I really like this episode. This was a good one. The highlight for me is Evan Peters. He's just tons of fun to watch as Quicksilver. He owned it in the X-Men movies and he owns it here. I hope he's sticking around. As far as what's really going on here, I know that it's probably going to be revealed that somebody's pulling Wanda's strings and someone put her up to this or was controlling her or something, but I kind of wish they weren't going that way. It seems the way things are going now, I feel like they're going to have to call in the big guns soon. I mean, this is a problem Doctor Strange is going to have to deal with. And we've been told that this series does lead into Doctor Strange's next movie, so I have a feeling we'll be seeing him pretty soon. Anyway, those are my quick and very random thoughts on this episode of WandaVision. See ya!